But let me try. He is wise in other ways too. What is the subject here? He. And here you have to choose from table 2. Betting firms offer trading diaries as part of their online services, not relevant. As evidenced by his reason. Underline his reason. First part also talks about he, am I right? What is the subject? He. His reason, they tally, they don't tally. As evidenced by his reason for what? Let us go to G. Switching from tennis to golf. That means you should be convinced at least it should be A, P. P which option? Second option. And G. How many options with A, P, G? Which one is that? That is your answer. What is your answer? But you have to check other ones also. Because what is the fifth option here? None. Your bad luck. Had it been some other option, you could have gone for the fourth option. B, E, Q. Shall we check that? B is what? Earnings growth driven by growing sales is far what? E. E is what? More relevant and important than earnings. And Q. What is Q here? Where is Q? That means you have to choose one. Q, which one? Fourth option. Growth driven by cost savings. That seems okay. And you have got 2. What is the third one here? C, D, F. Am I right? C is what? Danlo continued staring at. D, the beautiful color spread beneath. And what is the last one? F, beneath where? The surface of the shiny rectangle before him. So you can be damn sure what is the answer here. Luckily, only one question has been given. Imagine in the exam they give about 3 questions or 5 questions this pattern. What are you supposed to do? Skip. Very simple. They are nothing but traps. What are they? Traps. If you are really good at English, you attempt. Otherwise, I don't recommend. Shall we go to the next one? What is this about? Idiom. After a long day at work, I usually go for a run to blow off steam. Blow off steam. Blow off seems a positive or negative. You should understand take out something. Blow off steam here based on the context. Take out something. What is the first one here? To express anger or frustration in a calm way. Can you express anger or frustration in a calm way? Then you should be Shruti Hassan and Race Gurram. Am I right? So that is ruled out. To take a break and relax. Third option, to release pent-up energy or emotions. Do you guys remember I have given this recently? Pent-up emotions means what? Suppressed emotions. Write the word suppressed. Suppressed emotions. I gave the example of in the US they have something like anger, rage rooms. Remember? You pay and you go inside, you break whatever you want to break. After the session, one student came to me and said, sir, in Hyderabad also one guy started and it became very popular. It seems we have in Hyderabad also. Imagine you are angry with someone or you are not happy with something. What will you do? Only thing you should have enough money to pay. Shall I go to the next set of questions? Second one, easy or difficult? Why only a few students respond? Question is for only for a few students or many or all? All. This you answer so well. These are easy in my opinion, but what are these about? Double fillers. One filler, one trouble. Double filler, double trouble. But easy based on contextual awareness. Vice Chancellor Anjali Sharma, Ravi Kumar and Priya Mehra, the national award winners. National award winners, you praise or you don't praise? Positive context. And them for their achievement. She must have honored, she must have felicitated. These are the words you have to think of. Stating that the university is proud that both are students of the institution. Respected and praised you can consider. What is the next one? Honored, commended. All of you write the word commendable and write the combination as well. Commendable work or commendable job means what? Very good, excellent. Praiseworthy. That is the exact word you have to think of. Praiseworthy. Commendable job, commendable work. Highly appreciable. Praiseworthy means what? Highly appreciable. Hold that one. What is the next pair? Admired you can use. Acknowledged them can you say? That is not grammatically correct. Celebrated. Will she celebrate or they will celebrate? You get the job, I celebrate or you celebrate? Even I will celebrate because you are my students, obviously. What is the next one? Supported, lauded. Write one more word and combination. Laudable job or work. Same meaning. Laudable means what? Appreciate. Praise. Copied? You have to decide between which two. Respected, praised to some extent, but honored is a better word or not? And also here we have rejected, celebrated, admired, simple word, acknowledged cannot be used. And what is the last one? Why will she support? Though you can consider Lord, she has to honor. So what is the answer based on that? Honored and commended them, praised them for their achievement. Have you chosen this one? And here we have one word. What is it? Write this example. It is, you all will smile. It is an honor to teach students like you. Yes or no? It is an honor to teach students like you. Underline an honor. H is silent, not silent. What is the other word for silent? Write the word mute. Before silent or mute H, we should use the indefinite article and. It's an honor. Have you copied that? Easy or difficult this one? The XYZ Corporation is planning an additional expenditure around $500 million, reflecting the company's to enhancing its production capabilities, with the expected duration for this expansion being 6 months. Earmarked you can consider. Usually when companies allot some fund, what are the words we use? Allocate, earmark, keep aside, all these words you have to think of. Hold this one. But company's devotion, hold that also. Can you use, when it comes to funds, can you use the word assigned? What is the next one? Approved? No. What is the fourth one? Allocated. That seems right. And reflecting what? The company's devotion or dedication? Not devotion. What is the right word here? Answer is the fourth option. You can use set aside also. Set aside 1,000 crores or earmark 1,000 crores. Allocated 1,000 crores. But can you use the word enthusiasm? What is the other word for enthusiasm? Please write the word interest. Who is the best teacher in the world? Interest is the best teacher. There's a lot of meaning in that saying. I hope you all agree. Thank you. Shall I go to the next one? The global economy faces, this is quite close, very difficult. The global economy faces increasing pressure, you can consider. But generally we don't use the word tension in a formal situation. Yes or no? Critique not relevant. Optimism, context is positive or negative? Positive. Let me read. The global economy faces increasing as countries strive to maintain their competitiveness. Imagine many countries compete. There's pressure or no pressure? The more the bigger problem, obviously. That means negative context. In an era of rapidly changing economic landscapes, with the role of emerging economies becoming even more pivotal means what? Important, crucial in the shaping of future global economic policies. In my opinion, first one seems the apt one. You don't have to go beyond that one. So what is the answer here? Have you guys chosen that? Good. Next one. With the frequency of extreme weather events steadily increasing, you can use. Significantly increasing, you can use. Can you say slightly? No. Quickly, you can consider. Slightly means gradually you cannot. So you have to decide based on the second word. Steadily increasing due to global warming, there has been a noticeable increase. You can consider. But second one, do we see noticeable increase or rapid increase? So what is the answer based on that? Significantly means importantly increasing, and rapid increase in the occurrence of floods in coastal regions across the world. What is the next one? Quickly increasing, a regular increase we don't use. So what is the answer here? Second option, that is also easy in my opinion. Next one, underline the word deforestation. Positive or negative? Sustainable deforestation, is it the right combination? Sustainable is a positive word. It has two meanings, three meanings rather. One meaning, support, but typical two meanings. First one, maintain. I could not sustain their interest for more than half an hour. Means what? I could not hold their interest. But today we talk about sustainable goals, sustainable practices. Means what? Using the resources wisely, thinking of the future generations. So wrong combination. Can we use a positive word like effective deforestation, negligent deforestation, prudent deforestation? Prudent means what? Wise, right, the word. And deforestation is not negligent. Large-scale deforestation, today you all know that. Yes, sir. No, sir. No idea. Deforestation rampant or not rampant? Today if you go to Indonesia, known for rainforest, they started cutting down for palm tree cultivation. You know palm trees. And there's one native species, two are there. One is gibbon, the other one, we have descended from them unfortunately. And orangutan. Have you heard of these? This is not the habitat. It needs a top layer of the trees. What is the word for top layer? Please write that word. Canopy, an important word. No trees, where is the canopy? It is like, are you married? No. How many children do you have? It becomes a joke. Canopy, an important word. And some animals always live among the branches, top layer canopy. What is the word for those animals? Write the word arboreal. Very important. Today it is very stuffy, I suppose, this room. May rain heavily. You cannot use a positive word like prudent. So what is the last option? Irresponsible deforestation and irreversible damage to indigenous. Underline the word indigenous. Indigenous means what? Local or native. Over. How many questions? 5 questions. Have we done all the 5? Who has got all the 5 correct? Oh, wonderful. 3 plus. Pretty good. Be happy. What is this about? Have you worked on this? You should have worked because it's a new pattern or regular pattern. 3 questions based on the correct order and 2 or 3 questions based on part of a sentence, correct order, and 1 based on some error location or something else. Shall I see the question? Shall I read the questions? But what is this about? Here you have India's journey toward becoming a global economic powerhouse is marked by remarkable achievements in its export landscape. What is the first one here? D. And India is referred to in another sentence. The writer says in place of India has used which expression? Underline the nation. The nation means which one? The nation has demonstrated significant progress in diverse sectors, ranging from petroleum oils, agrochemicals to semiconductors and precious stones. What is the next one? Does A talk about growth or not? That means what is the next one? Where do you see growth? This growth reflects. So what is the third one here? And this part you have to work, only then you will come to know. I will not touch that one. And what is the last sentence? What are you left with? So what is the correct order? First you get the order. DACEB. How many parts are there? Now let us say you haven't got this order, it doesn't matter because at least you have to know the first one. If when you read all these, the paragraph is about which country. One you have to get at any cost. So what is the first one here? D. Then the writer in place of India uses the expression the nation. So what is the second one? At least 1 and 2 you have to get based on the order. Now we'll go to other questions which new dimension. First sentence, then what? Fourth. Look at this one. Have you worked on this? Which part is that? E. Can you start with but also? You have to listen attentively. Can you start with but also? It's possible sometimes. Imagine somewhere else they have used not only one part, then the next part will be what? But also. You have to read all the parts. But also strengthening its position as a reliable global supplier supported by robust government initiatives. The country is not only. Which one comes first? Not only or but also? Now you have to be sure it should be the country is not only expanding its export base but also strengthening. But before that you have one supporting phrase. What is that supporting phrase? Supported by robust government initiatives. So what is the first one here? Let us take, which one is that? Third one, then fourth one, after that what? First one, then, have you got the correct order? I'll read. Supported by robust government initiatives, the country is not only expanding its export base, but also strengthening its position as a reliable global supplier. Which option is that? 3, 4, 1, 2. This you should work. You should have worked. How many of you have worked on this? Not too many, but have you got it right? Okay. This is an easy one in my opinion. And there's a clue for you. What is the clue? Tell me. Not only but also. But this may trouble you. Which one? That comes in the first position. What is the next question about? Fifth sentence, what are you left with in that order? What is the fifth one? B is the fifth one, right? But one more question is there. Which of the following is true according to the above information? India's exports have only focused, is that right? Strike off the word only. What is the second option? India has shown significant progress in key export sectors, including semiconductors and precious stones. Mention, not mention. So what is the answer? How many of you have got this one right? This is also an easy one. Now let me tell you how many questions total based on this parajumble. Out of 5, 1 and 2 you can get. You have to spend some time. And last 2 questions you can get or you cannot get. That means here 2, there 1 and 2. Total how many you should get? 4 possible, but if you have to work with an open mind, with some sort of confidence, otherwise not possible. Has anyone got 4 out of from the parajumble? Thank you. Shall I continue? What is this about? Passage. Familiar, unfamiliar. Deforestation, afforestation, reasons behind deforestation, traditional ways of cultivation like slash and burn practice, one thing used by tribal people. Here it talks about another style of cultivation, shifting cultivation. Have you heard of that any time? Shall I read the questions? Which of the following best describes the primary focus of the passage? The detrimental, underline the word detrimental, means dangerous. Detrimental effects means dangerous effects, important word, of shifting cultivation on global deforestation. Is it about global deforestation or is it about developmental activities based on deforestation? Developmental activity. What is the second option? A framework for policy interventions to integrate agroforestry and poverty alleviation. So what should be the answer? 1 or 2? Have you guys read the passage? How many of you have chosen the second option? Good. But there's one important word. Which one is that? Underline the word alleviation. Means what? Reduce. What are the other words you have to recollect? We have got many a time. But some new students are there. Alleviate mitigate, assuage, reduce the intensity of something, usually something bad, mitigate the negative impact. Copied? Question number 15. According to the passage, what is the main misconception? Underline the word misconception about small-scale farming systems like Sweden agriculture. They are the primary drivers of permanent deforestation. People think that, but it is not true. Then what is the word we use? You have to respond. Misconception. I'll give one example, perhaps you guys understand. It is a known fact that the Hindu or any newspaper in English is vital, plays a crucial role in your preparation. But many candidates think grammar is important. If we are good at grammar, we get the job. That is misconception or not? Now you got the meaning? What is important? Grammar or reading? Reading what? This you answer so well. Find the error. This is a bit challenging, but you got to read meticulously. Shall I go to the sentence? I'll read. Tree-based systems such as agroforestry and tree cash crops. We have how many subjects here? 2 subjects. And what is the conjunction? Also provide, nothing wrong. Provide or provides. 2 subjects means a provide. Provide a suit of, underline the word suit. There you could write one word, range. Generally we don't use the word suit. There we use the word range. Have you written that word? Now this range or suit, singular or plural? You guys have to respond. After that there is a phrase. Tell me what is that phrase? Put the phrase in brackets. Or products and services put in brackets. Now let us use the word range. A range that contribute or range that contributes. So where is the error? Which part is that? How many of you have chosen this? Okay. Shall I go to the next one? How does the passage characterize the deforestation caused by Sweden agriculture compared to commodity production? One is temporary impact, the other one is permanent impact. Which one is temporary? Sweden. Which one is permanent? Commodity. Sweden agriculture causes temporary deforestation, whereas commodity production causes permanent deforestation. Have you chosen that option? Does it go with the passage or not? What gap in existing literature is identified in the passage? Lack of understanding regarding the link between rural poverty and deforestation. The failure to address the benefits of timber production not relevant. The absence of a comprehensive synthesis on how forests and tree-based systems affect poverty in all its forms. Answer should be what? You don't have to read the passage for that. Have you chosen the third option? Let me go to the, what is the meaning of synthesis? A comprehensive, first you underline comprehensive. Touching all dimensions or only a few dimensions? What are the other words? Please write 2 words. Comprehensive, holistic, exhaustive. They all mean the same. Touching all the dimensions, not a particular dimension. Shall I go to the next question? Which of the following is true based on the passage? Forests and tree-based systems play a significant role in poverty alleviation, especially in rural communities. This seems okay, hold this one. Agroforestry and tree cash crops contribute to improving human well-being and poverty reduction. Agroforestry, obviously, important, not important. Plays a vital role or not? That means what? 1 is correct, 2 is correct. We'll check the third one. Shifting cultivation is considered negative, is a major driver of permanent deforestation. But according to passage, what is the, is it shifting or is it commodity based or permanent deforestation? Not correct. The passage suggests that rural population must be settled in fixed communities to overcome poverty. How can they decide that? So what is the answer? Have you chosen 1 and 2? Which of the following is the closest synonym for the word sustaining? This is very close. Supporting. Enhance means what? Improve or increase. Nourishing in a way supporting, but it goes more with food. It goes with what? Nourishing the babies. Goes more with feeding. Improving also you can consider, but any difference between enhancing and improving? Strengthening also you can consider, but what is the word here? Sustaining means what? Supporting. Sustainable lifestyles also we say. Persist means what? Exist or does not exist. Then you can consider disappeared. Wavered, not relevant. Wavering mind means what? Stable, not stable. Today banks, tomorrow SSC, day after tomorrow civils. So what is that mind called? Wavering mind. Cease means what? Come to an end. Cease means what? Come to a stop, come to an end. Endure means to withstand. We have got these words many a time. That's why I'm not writing. Continued, same meaning. So you have to decide between disappeared, ceased, very close. But you have to ask yourself, between disappeared, ceased, which seems a formal word. So what is the answer based on that? Have you chosen that? How many of you have chosen the third option? How many first option? You went with your primary meaning. But they wanted which one? Secondary, not the primary. Always remember, in bank exams, SSC also, they do it sometimes. They give two synonyms. Synonyms mean same meaning or different meaning. Then how do you decide which one? One goes with everyday English or simple English. The other goes with effective English. So you have to prefer which one? Very simple. Between the two, which is simple, which is effective? Third option goes with effective. Shall I go to the next one? Passage over? Or we have one more? Okay. Where does it start? However, I think the answer should be, because I went through, what are the options here? Can you use consequently? Talks about what? Result. Meanwhile talks about time. Despite contrasting, however contrasting. In addition, but context talks about what? Let us try with however. However, existing synthesis and reviews to date are based on earlier literature and treat forests and trees outside them in isolation. You have to read the previous one. Shall I read the sentence before that? Where does it start? A comprehensive synthesis of evidence regarding the variety of ways that forests and trees outside them affect poverty in all its forms remains lacking. Provide a start at this, focusing on a framework for policy and management interventions in forest landscapes that encourages consideration of activities addressing multiple poverty pathways. However, existing. I think the contrast, both the sentences talk about what? Contrast. But how many words based on contrast? Can you use despite here? So what is the answer? However. How many of you have chosen that one? Oh, so many. Very good. I think your problem starts now. Today, 23 to 30, it's like uphill task. Uphill means easy or difficult? Difficult or very difficult? You have to know all these. You have to know. If you know 6 words for sure, understand the context, you will get how many marks? Only 1 mark. During the tense meeting, the CEO's cold stare. Please write this. I am sure all of you know. Stairs means what? Write the word steps. Staircase, upstairs, downstairs. Are we talking about steps here? Stare. What is the other word? Stare means what? Look at someone for a long time. Will you choose A or B? During the tense meeting, the CEO's cold stare means angry, he was not happy with something, seemed to weigh heavily on everyone, signaling the gravity of the situation. Have you understood the sentence? When the CEO is not angry, he gives a look. That look is positive or negative, happy or angry. Then when you know the CEO is angry, you are tensed up, not tensed up. And what is the first one based on that? Now we'll go to the lower level of intellectual caliber. You are sure about B. How many options with B? So what is your answer? That is ridiculous. What is it? Ridiculous. We'll check everything, shall we? There is only one prerequisite. Underline the word prerequisite. What is the meaning of prerequisite? You need to have something beforehand or in advance. Prerequisite of being a good caddy. This is very difficult, but the context talks about what? You guys have to respond. Underline the word golfer. Talks about golf. You all know that? Have you ever played? I don't expect yes. What is the reason? It's a rich man's game. Those who have a lot of money, they have no work. What do? They go play that. You need a lot of patience, and in between they do a lot of things. Not for a common man. But you must have seen in some movies also, these guys they play, but so much stuff is there, equipment, and they use a trolley also, and one person carries the bag behind. Have you ever noticed? The person who carries the bag is called caddy, not the second one, the first one. Write the meaning. The person who carries the golf kit, all the stuff, that person is called caddy. How many of you know that? That's great. Not a common word. What is the second word here? Caddy means some type of server. What is it? You all know servers? So it's a technical term, goes with IT guys. But what is the right word here? Again, lower level. First one is B, second one is what? How many options with the BA? So again we go back to the fourth option, but we'll check the next one. The reading manager and his players looked up the creek. How many of you know the meaning of the word creek? Raise your hands. First one is not easy. Go to the next one. Creek means a small stream. Also write narrow waterway. We use the word creek. Second one, not the first one. Have you copied? Small stream or narrow waterway. And context talks about what? Looked up the creek without a paddle. Paddle goes with boating or not? Rowing, boating. What do you need? A paddle. So that means what is the answer? Now tell me what is the answer. Who has got this right? Good. They say that modern mining methods could wreak. You all know the idiom, we have got many a time. Write this immediately. Wreak havoc, cause heavy damage. Cause what? Heavy damage. Natural disaster, we use earthquake, tsunami. What do we say? Tsunami wreaked havoc, means caused heavy damage. Copied? Modern mining methods could wreak. What is the other word here? Write the meaning. Something that smells very bad. Something smells bad, what is the word? Stink. You know the word stinking? But someone is very rich, what do we say? Stinking rich. That is English, we can't help it. What is the first one here? Underline the word damage. Me respond. Question is from me, answer is also from me. Wreak havoc means what? Cause damage, you have lasting damage. That means what is the right word? A. How many options with A? Now it is challenging for you. We'll go to the next one. Lasting damage means what? Last for a long time means exist for a long time. He just looks like he could get you out of trouble and wouldn't be fazed by anything. This goes with everyday English. You all know phase out. Slowly or one time. Phase out means what? Step by step. But context doesn't talk about that. What is the second word? Means, one of the meanings I'm giving, disturbed. He won't be phased means what? He won't be disturbed by anything. Copied? First one is A. What is the second one? B. And what is the third one? We'll see. Workers are rushing to complete a makeshift levy. Many of you may not know, but you all know the word levy as prospective bankers. What is the other word for levy? Write this combination. Levy taxes, impose taxes. Are we talking about taxes here? Our context talks about workers. And the other word levy means, write the word embankment. You know the word embankment? Rivers, when we talk about river beds, next to the river you have embankment. It goes with water bodies, embankment. Copied all the three. Based on that, will you say L-E-V-E-E or L-E-V-Y? Workers are rushing to complete a makeshift levee by packing dirt on top of an old railroad bed. First one is what? Reek. Second one is what? Phased. Third one? Levy. That means what is the answer? A, B, A. Which option? Have you guys attempted these questions? I should have asked that question first. How many of you raise your hands? No, never do that, because here you have clues. Do you understand what I say? Don't completely ignore these, because one word you know for sure, then you may get the answer based on the options. And you can't completely ignore, not advisable. We'll go to the next one. The two principal benefits of business asset tapper. How many of you have zoology background? Raise your hands. They can answer this. First, write the word tapper. Tapper means what? Initially, the width is more, slowly becomes narrow, like the trunk of an elephant. You know the trunk of an elephant? Tappers or does not tapper? Write the meaning, become narrow gradually. Elephant trunk tappers. But what is the other word here? Tapir. It's an animal. Brackets, right? Animal. It looks like a pig. How does it look? Size of a pig, looks like a pig. Only difference, imagine the elephant trunk very long, but the elephant trunk is very small. A pig with elephant's trunk, but very small trunk. That is the animal we call tapir. How many of you know this? I don't expect you guys to say yes. Here, the two principal benefits are business asset, tapper relief, and agricultural property relief. What is the word you can think of? Grammatically it is not clear, but will you choose animal or tappering, becoming narrow? So first one is what? A. They depict. Depict means to show. A standing double flute player and a sitting musician playing a triangular shaped. Can you use lyre? You all know the word lyre. Does it go with this context? What is the other one? Lyre. I'm not an artist. Imagine U-shaped musical instrument. There are strings. This is a U shape. And strings are there. Some people hold it and play. That is called Lyre, Lyre. Context is music or not related to music. So what is the word you have to choose? Or harp, B. First one is what? A. Second one, B. Most families are going through the full gambit of emotions, underline of emotions. You should understand they're going through entire range of emotions. What is the other word for range? Gamut. So what is the answer based on that? B. I'll give the meaning of gambit also. So which option says A, B, B? Answer is the second one. Write the two words. Gamut means, we use the word entire. Entire gamut means what? Entire range. What is the other word? Gambit. It is like a strategy. What is it? Strategy. His gambit has played, has worked out. Means some strategy he used, it has worked out. Have you got it? Let us go to the next one. Still we have or over? That set over. How many questions? Who has got all the three? Too ambitious? Oh, very good. Backbencher, 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. Highly appreciable. First we have to appreciate the attempted. And they got all the three correct. But they must have used some logic. Oh, very simple. You can't completely ignore these questions. Do remember. One word is enough to get the correct option. Only thing you have to spend some time. Is it question number 27? Word swap? 20? Word swap, I suppose. On a daily basis, we are exposed to a variety of influences and decision-making opportunities, and it can be quite easy to lose sight of. Lose sight of something means lose focus. What you have to recollect three words. First, you write this one. Which part of speech? Lose, lost, lost. What is the other word you have to recollect? Opposite of tight. And what is the other word? Prospective bankers. Loss is noun. Opposite of profit. Lose, lose, loss. Lose sight of something means lose the focus. Seems right or wrong? Have you copied? I will repeat, in this context, quite easy to lose sight of individual. Lose sight of something seems right or wrong? Good. Of individual worth and interest. We have to check other words. Can you say individual prioritized? What is the last word? Individual passions and interests. They go hand in hand. Passion means a lot of interest. So passions and interests, they go hand in hand. That means you have to take this D over there and let us see whether we can fit B or not. What we value or what we minimize the worth of our experiences. Seems right? So which two words you have to change? Easy or difficult? As I said, Dawn Fangs have it much easier because they are closer to assimilate than other vampires. Here underline than other vampires. The writer is comparing vampires and human beings. How many of you know the meaning of the word vampire? Only a few. Today if you take, you all know bats. We have different types of bats. And first you write this word. Tell me what is the meaning of this. Frugivorous means what? Eating only fruits. Some bats eat only fruits. But Western countries, in our country also we have, but we are not bothered about them because they suck the blood from cattle. But Western countries, there's a concept called, please write this, vampire. And write vampire bats. Vampire bats means blood-sucking bats. Vampire bats means what? Blood-sucking bats. And every country has superstitions. People, human weakness, they believe in superstitions. What is the meaning of superstition? Blind belief in something. For us, 7 is a bad number. In Telugu we say, Edu, Edupu. Have you heard of that? Edu means what? Good or bad? But Westerners consider that a lucky number. And Westerners, for them, 13th is a bad number. That if it falls on Friday. They have taken movies also. And part of Western culture, they believe on a particular full moon or some moon day, a vampire bat sucks blood from a human being. That fellow becomes part human, part bat. And next year, same time, during that particular day, the teeth come out and he will look for someone to catch the neck and suck the blood. They strongly believe in that big, the concept is very popular. Here the context talks about those vampires and ordinary human beings. Where do you see the word that is very close to human beings? What is the word? Tell me. Mortal. We all say man is mortal or immortal. Your name is immortal, but you are mortal. Man is a mortal animal. Now once you know that, here comparison is being done, they are closer to what? Mortals than other vampires. That means you have to bring which word here? D. And the dawn fangs do what? Assimilate into windmill society. Let us take, bring assimilate over here. Assimilate into means what? Integrate into. These two words seem okay or not okay? Which option is that? Have you chosen that? This is why Legends of Windermere had a few in the background in a similar fashion. In a similar fashion, underline. It's a standard expression. Nothing wrong with that. In the same way, in the same fashion, in a similar fashion, nothing wrong. Who has got this right? Very good. Not easy. When I read, I also, first reading I could not make out. Till I came to the word mortals. Then I could, next second I knew the answer. What is the clue for you? Mortals, vampires. Mortals, ordinary people. Vampires, part human, part bat. Blood-sucking bats. Started with 26 or 27? 26 easy, I guess. 27 not easy. You should know something about Western culture, Western superstitions. Sometimes they may give a question based on werewolf. They believe in two things, Western people. One, vampires. Second one, werewolf. Wolf, we don't come across in our country, but for them, wolves are very common. They come across. So they believe on a particular day, if a wolf bites a human being, that fellow turns into half human, half wolf. Have you heard of that? I think Indians also, they have taken a movie, recently Hindi movie, Varun Dhawan, I suppose. Am I right? What is the name of that movie? And Indians also, but I don't think Indians accepted that it is not part of our culture. Shall I go to the next one? Alex, how many of you have worked on these questions? Raise your hands. Oh, so many. Then listen, don't get disconnected. Alex, a laden leader. It sounds right or wrong. We don't know, but something should disturb you. What are the other words? Do you say assured leader? What is the next one? I think we got this word the other day. Interpret means what? Bold. Write the meaning. Audacious, bold. Remember? That means you can use or you cannot use. Alex, the bold leader or the intrepid leader, was an experienced outdoors man, and he had assured the others, nothing wrong, that is, this trek would be a walk in the park with backpacks laden with provisions. Here laden means, write the meaning, filled with. Laden with means what? Filled with. Filled with what? Provisions. What is the other word for provisions? Write the word groceries. Every month you buy rice, sugar, tea powder. Those are known as what? Provisions or groceries. Laden with provisions or groceries. That means which two you can change? A and C. Which option is that? How many of you know the meaning of the word backpacks? Today I think youngsters, you all should familiar. We also give a bag, Actually, when you can hang like this, that is called a backpack. Easy or difficult? You are not responding. Everything you have to ask 2 times. Still, how many questions? Increasing the transport of thrive species. Can you say thrive species? What is the next one? Disturbed species, invasive species. How many of you know this? Please write this combination. Invasive species. How many of you know about this term? Okay, good. Today, if you take in our country, all of you write this. There is one particular weed. What is the name of that? Parthenium weed. It is also called, you'll be surprised, you'll smile. Have you heard of that? Congress plant. Because Congress in the past, Congress party everywhere. Parthenium weed also everywhere. So what is it called? Congress plant. It's a weed. It has small white flowers and the pollen is very dangerous. Dangerous in the sense you get suffocated, you get sneezes, continuous sneezes, and it may lead to asthma also. And it is, when we talk about invasive species, we give the example of Parthenium weed. Weed means a negative, unwanted plant in the garden. Also known as what? Congress plant. Invasive species, right or wrong? And we'll see if we can use thrive, where invasive species often thrive and outcompete native species. That is the problem with invasive species. So you can be damn sure about which two. Which option is that? Fourth option? Have you guys chosen? Who has got this right? Last one for today. After the global financial crisis that started in 2007, central banks in advanced economies eased monetary policy by limiting interest rates or reducing interest rates until short-term rates came close to zero, limiting options for additional cuts. That means which two you have to? D and which option? Babu.